It's called having a growth mindset. It's leveraging your past experiences to help you in where you are right now. Claudia Ramirez, empowering you to become the optimal leader of your life. Let's turn on the Mindset Mic. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 65 of Mindset Mic. I want to share with you one mindset shift that I believe every athlete should have in their back pocket, in their toolbox, in their gear kit, and every coach should talk about. And that's going to help you for the rest of your life. I want to start off by asking you this question. Who are you when the race is over? Who are you when the scoreboard is off? Who are you when the whistle blows and the game is over? It's that question that I asked myself, talking about racing and running, not scoreboards, because I've never played with a scoreboard, that really shifted something in me. I realized that sports are a phenomenal outlet for life. I truly believe that athletes are great leaders. They're confident people. We're compassionate. We see the human side of people. We're very competitive, positively competitive. Some people are negatively competitive. We have a lot of qualities that you develop as an athlete. However, I do think that, especially in the United States, the way that we are raised as athletes is to compete to the next best thing, right? Whether it's the next game, this championship, it's the next 4 years, and the next 4 years, and the next 4 years. And not only are the Olympics set up like that, but also the school system. And I realized that a lot of times through the success of sports or failure in sports, a lot of our identity, our self-worth, our self-value, how we see ourselves, how we perceive who we are as people comes from the sport. And then whenever the sport is gone, we don't know what to do with ourselves. We don't know who we are. We fall into unhelpful patterns, or you have that very obvious people peak. In high school, they peak in college, and then you think, what happened to them? Where did they go? Oh, they were so great. Well, that was weird. And I share this with you because many times it creeps up on you and you don't even notice it. Growing up, I was a very committed runner. I skipped the partying. I skipped the drinking. I've never done a single drug in my life. I've never been around them. And I'm very happy to say that. Like, it makes me feel very happy to have lived that growing up life. However, because I didn't have a lot of a social life other than my cross-country team, because I really focused on being the best student that I could be and the best athlete that I could be, because I had big goals of running in college, and then I did, when things wouldn't go right athletically, I wasn't well. And when I was 18 years old, I essentially was given a second chance at life when running was really wrong. And it's something that really started shifting my mind and thinking, who am I in life after sports? If I didn't have this sport or these sports, would I still see myself the same? I see this pattern a lot. And I don't think that as coaches, me being a coach as well, I've been a high school coach and I continue supporting people. I don't think that we talk about it enough. And I understand if you've ever been in a situation where you're in a sport and you're thriving, it can be an ego boost. It can boost your confidence. But at the same time, who are you if you fail at it? Who are you if you lose the game? Who are you if you are the reason why the game was lost? Who are you if all of a sudden you can't practice the game anymore? Not only because maybe you graduated, you've outgrown it, right? The time frame, but maybe because you have an injury. Maybe you lost a limb. Maybe something happened that pulled you away from the sport. Who are you without it? And I think that's where the key question is at. And I want you to understand that it's very important for you to see all that you are outside. Your coaches see greatness within you. Your peers see greatness within you. But it's about what you see for yourself. It's that moment when nobody is watching, when the spotlight isn't on you, when the PR isn't on your watch, that it truly makes you aware of who am I in life after sports. Every time you do very well, great. But every time that you don't have a good workout, that you don't have a good performance, I would ask myself, did I fail? Or can I learn something from this? And I think that more often than not, you can learn something from it. I really believe that. And it's a process. It's a process to understand and believe that we are more than just that one thing that we've worked so hard for, being an athlete. But when you see that you have a great heart, that you have a great personality that people are just magnetized to, you're a beautiful leader, you have exceptional communication skills, that you have a solution-based mindset, that you see people for who they are and you are okay with seeing people grow in the process and make mistakes as they go because you've dropped the ball 10,000 times, because you didn't hit the mark many, many times. It makes you a different person, and it gives you a different perspective to what being an athlete means. Being an athlete makes you so great as a human. It's something that you choose to do. You choose to go out there and test yourself all the time. You make that decision. They say, people try to hurt me, but they don't know that I actually run 18 milers for fun. Wow. Like, if you really think about it, that's crazy. You choose to do that. Sports are hard. Sports are that thing that you wouldn't have to do. You could just decide to do something a little more therapeutic or a little less physically demanding, something more relaxing with your time. But you choose to challenge yourself in that way. And so what I would like to invite you to do is have the mindset shift of, this is who I am as an athlete. These are all my accomplishments. And because of that, if I've done it once, I can do it again. And so everything in your life, whether it's your personal relationships, whether it's your career, whether it's your lifestyle, whether it's your dreams and your goals, you can think about what have I learned on how to address this? And all of a sudden you realize that you remember the time when you had a really tough performance, but you decided to take it, watch the film, learn from it, and then come right back and try again. Oh, so whenever you have a goal in life and you shoot for the stars, like, am I going to get there? And you don't aim, you don't make it, you go back, you recalibrate, you think about it, you analyze it, what went well, what didn't, and now you're able to try again. It's a different lens. It's called having a growth mindset. It's leveraging your past experiences to help you in where you are right now, whether you're doing sports or not. And I believe that once you're able to master that, good luck for anybody or anything trying to stop you. Once you realize that being an athlete enhances who you are, but it is not your identity, you become a very powerful soul. Because you realize that being an athlete is something that you do. It's not who you are. You are able to be an athlete because you're a perseverant person, because you love challenges, because you love growing, because you love the thrill of trying to be the best that you can be. That is why you love sports. That is why you choose to be an athlete. It's not that is who you are. It's what you choose to do with the gifts that you have been given. That for me, was something that really made something special happen in my mind. When I was 18 years old and life said, let's try again. And I was able to strive to compete in college. I remember feeling so blessed. I was a walk-on. And I thought, you know what? We're really going to make this happen. And everything against me, everything around me said, you're not going to make it, from people to the experiences, to the injuries, to everybody being on a scholarship, full rides. And then here I was trying to, get a uniform and all these things. It's very important because it really tests you. And it really makes you think about how badly do I want to use that self-belief that I have within me, that drive, that passion, that grit to accomplish this. And I remember accomplishing my biggest goals, the things that didn't make sense on paper. And I think the biggest one was academic All-American and winning championships with my teams, getting that big old ring that's now just collecting dust in a box in Houston in a storage unit. But really getting that and thinking, wow, I did it. And standing on a podium and thinking, what now, what now, what now, what now? If I've done it once, I can do it again. And I've done so. I've done so when I moved to Dubai. I've done so in New York. I've done so now in the marathons, in relationships. You keep going. And it's a beautiful journey. What happens if you're not the best athlete in comparison to others, right? You never made the varsity team. You were always trying to just not be cut from the team, or, you were never that standout athlete that people often talk about being or refer to when they speak about others or athletes. I think that makes it even more special, knowing that you're sticking to something. And I think that you're shining, but I know that sometimes it looks like you're not. And really sticking to that shows character and that commitment and that drive. And you once again are going to carry that everywhere else. And as coaches, sports coaches, oh my God, if you're a sports coach and you're listening, please, please. Or if you're a parent, send this to a sports coach. Stop training your athletes for the next championship. Everything that you share, give a reference to life. You know life experiences more than your athletes do right now. So it is your responsibility as a guide and a mentor and a coach to guide them in how this is going to impact the rest of their life. I had a coach who sat us down and said, oh, come on, everybody, team time, team meeting. And he was very upset, or he was very worried that we weren't going to win the championship. And we were on a streak. And he said that only 1% of high school athletes competed in college. And so most of us weren't. So you might as well just leave it all out there because you're not going to get this chance to do this again. And I remember thinking, well, I'll be damned. No, I'm going to go for it. And for me, the evidence showed otherwise. But the thing is coaches are praised on winning championships, okay? So I want you to also understand that as a parent and as an athlete, your coach has one mission, and that's to win a championship with their team or help you win the championship individually. They're great accomplishments. But coaches, please understand that your athletes are not just passing through these 4 years, 2 years, 4 years, and then just stopping. Their life continues. And there are so many lessons that you have as a coach that you can teach them. So, okay, guys, we lost the game. What does that teach us? Fine, let's watch this film. Let's see what we did well, what we could improve. Why is this important? Johnny, tell me. Susan, Amber. And Amber goes, well, coach, I think that maybe in life, Great. What else can we learn from it? Get them involved. That is the mindset shift that I really, really would love for coaches to adopt. To not just see your athletes as a right now in a championship in the next game, but more so to think about who are they as humans and how can every win and every missed mark and every loss help them in the future. That is where I believe that it's at. So if you're an athlete, I want you to give your coaches some grace, but also remind them of, hey, coach, this is how it's going to help me. And you as an athlete, just know that your worth is immense. What you put yourself through is tremendous. You choose to do that. You don't have to. For whatever reason that you choose, it's completely up to you. Maybe you have those personal, like the personal win that you want. Maybe you have a scholarship in mind. Maybe you want to be a professional athlete. Maybe it just helps with your mental health. How beautiful is that? But you choose that. And that is where I think you are so tremendously grand. Not incredible. I believe everything is credible. You are tremendously grand. And I believe in you. So I want you to go away today and ask yourself, what have my wins taught me? And what have my failures taught me? Get the best of those. Extract the best that you can. And you're going to see how moving forward, you're going to be able to apply these lessons to the rest of your life. And it's going to be a very beautiful journey, and you're worth every single step. As always, don't forget to keep being the champion of your life. Keep being gutsy, because I believe in you.